Blessed love, my family. Give thanks for your presence. At this moment, we are on a mission seeking for real partners. We are establishing a real partnership in this what we consider a real war. Let me be clear from the onset. We will be speaking of finance. This is not a word to everyone. This is primarily for those who appreciate the works that we do, those who love the mission that we are on. Not appreciate hate, which means to magnify the hate, but appreciate love. Magnify the love. As most of you would know, one of our videos on YouTube was taken down a few weeks ago. That left us with a strike against our channel and a handful of restrictions for us to go over. Many people has literally told us in the past that you should monetize your channel. Now, to be very clear, I have no intention, neither did I have any passion whatsoever to do that. But even if I did, that is something that was never possible and is not possible now because of the restrictions. Number one, that cannot be done. And then again, even without the restrictions, it was already restricted in the region that I am in, where I live. So Radio Anu was also taken down a few days after. And within a few days, it also came back up. As you also know, unlike many other channels, we do not make it a habit or even a part of our business at all to ask for any donations or contributions. This also is for several reasons. Number one, as we have expressed in the past, we honestly don't think that we should ask for such from an audience that can see the work that we are doing. Number two, even in the past, after being encouraged by others to solicit donations and contributions, we established the PayPal system. Those of you who have attempted to contribute via that PayPal know for sure that it never worked. There was always an issue. Email and Facebook shut down several times, plus other things behind the scenes that I would not even mention here. No Patreon and being ostracized from the executive YouTube club, I am sincerely asking you, those of you who admire and appreciate the work that we do, to assist us in this venture of uplifting our people, physical, soul, and mind. I am not asking you to contribute, and I am not asking you for any donation. I am just asking you to patronize. You know, we have begun to create a series of ebooks from Anu Ancient and Modern Revisited to the ebook The True Biblical Land of Israel. Of course, our children books like The Great Kings and Queens of Africa. You know, we have our video lecture series. We also have our DVD documentaries from The Master of Ceremony 7 and The Night of the Black Tiger. You also know, as it relates to Radio Anu, there's a monthly subscription where you literally get the programs that are done nightly on the shock of the hour. Of course, on one level, you will be assisting myself as I am also assisting you. It is just a genuine and justified exchange of goods and services. Now, there's much more behind the scenes that I care not to say on this medium. Now, I have no criminal record, well known and accepted in my community. but it seems like there's something coming out of my mouth that is a bother to some. And I'm not cursing, and there's no guile coming from between my teeth. Just what I consider to be the truth. My brothers and sisters who love me and love the work, as I love you as well, I'm being very straight. We're on the battlefield. So I'm asking you to partner with me, to assist me on the battlefield. We're not asking for anything as contributions and donations. We are asking you to patronize what we have to offer. Give thanks. Obviously, there would be a reason why we ask. So you can email me at priestisaac27@gmail.com and I'll give you more information. I am looking forward to hearing from you. Salamta. Blessed love to one and all. Do give thanks. Of course, you know, the mystic vibration is definitely in full effect. The Honorable Priest Isaac here with you on a wonderful looking evening, the 24th day of July. And let me just say specifically to all my listeners and even my subscribers, I do apologize for the full absence of our live presence previous night for the Mystic Vibration, previous night being the 23rd day of July. And we had all intention to be here live, but something within the stream did not connect for us to bring to you live the programming that was taking place here in Antigua as we were celebrating the Earth Day of Kadamawe Haile Selassie I, the 126th anniversary, you know. But for sure, what we did capture some videos. So you definitely will be seeing the videos on YouTube sometime, clips of, you know, a little of what was taking place at the ceremony that was held previous night and the night before and the night before, 3 nights here in Antigua and Uba-Dadley at the Botanical Gardens, really. It's a park, you know, Botanical Gardens, the name alone tells you what's going on. So it was a nice affair, you know, Nyabingi music, a lot of vendors, a lot of singing and musicians and so many different things. And we're thankful that we could glorify Kadamawe Haile Selassie I, 126th anniversary of such, and that is exactly what was taking place here. So pardon me as such. And also, again, directly to my subscribers now, the Pisces to the Aquarius age documentary, again, there was a little mishap in the software that we were using to do that lecture. So it really took us a time to really rectify that software. So that was the hole up there, but that is ready and it's prepared. You should definitely have that tonight. You know, whenever you get this, you should, in fact, you should have already received it by the time you get this. I'm talking about my subscribers now. By the time you get this program in your inbox, you should have already had the program or the lecture from the Pisces age to the Aquarius age. And I'm telling you, you need to get some snacks together. You need to get your whatever it is you need and your herbs, your meditations, to sit down and watch this one properly, from the Pisces age to the Aquarius age. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, definitely it was really my delight to just do that documentary there, to do that, which is our second in the video lecture. So for those who don't even know what I'm talking about, every month we produce a video lecture. And obviously we do videos all the time, but I mean a PowerPoint or slide by slide, or in this case, a simulator video lecture. We used the simulator, so we showed you the different constellations and where the sun is, when, where, why, and whatever. And yeah, we present that. I'll be putting maybe clips of it on the YouTube, just so that people could have an idea of what it is that we were doing as it relates to that newer video lecture entitled From the Pisces Age to the Aquarius Age. So if you really want to know what age we're in, you need to check that video lecture. You know, for those who are not subscribers, the video lecture itself goes only for $20 United States currency, 20 United States currency. You get a copy via your email. We just send it to you through the email, a copy of the video lecture itself, the brand new video lecture that we just brought out, from the Pisces age to the Aquarius age. Now tonight's program, now this is something else. I got an email from a brother earlier today, and it was a link to Facebook. So I said, let me see what it is the brother is linking. He went to a Facebook page, I think it's Anderson Strick or something of the sort. And the good brother that sent me the email there, okay, I can't go into that right now, but anyway, the brother sent me the email earlier. And so when I went into the Facebook, I pressed it and I was looking to see what he's sending me. And there was this little white girl, and I mean, she looks as if she was like 11, 12, 13. I don't think she was more than 14. In her room, she has on a vest. She looks pretty like a little dolly. And just giving you an idea, you know, she's recording this, I guess, in her laptop or something. And she's saying, there's just one problem that we have, like, you know, it's the blacks, and you know, I didn't hear that part, you know. I was just listening. You know, they eat up all the chicken, and when you lock off the lights, you just can't see them. And I said, what she's talking about? We need to get rid of these blacks. I said, what? So I rewinded it to listen to it again, and that's what she began by saying, that she has one problem, and it's the blacks. Now, what I'm saying is, just before I press this microphone to talk to you, I went back into my email so I could pull it up so you could hear her. I didn't want to repeat it for you. I wanted you to hear her speaking so you could hear her little squeaky voice. She even said at the end, it's not long, it was about like a minute. At the end, she clearly said that I'm not racist or anything, I just hate blacks. She just wants to get rid of them. Little white girl. I don't know how viral it went. Maybe you saw it, because it ain't there no more. She gotta know better than that, man. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised it's not there anymore. You know, because that was actually one of the points I was really going to make. I was going to say, now look at this. Listen to what she's saying. Because I'm sure you can all remember that a few weeks ago, has it been 2 weeks so far, that my YouTube video came down. The video entitled The Gay Agenda came down. I don't see I said anything that bad in there. I definitely was not advocating to kill nobody. And it came down under hate speech. Now that's YouTube, that's not Facebook. I mean, you don't know, it's like one thing. Because remember, a few days after that, this same radio station that you're listening to came down too. Yeah. I don't know, all of a sudden I'm this hate speecher. I ain't no hate speech. What are you talking about? Some people may consider, because I got brethren that consider, boy, a man flag you and take down your video, and boy, take down your station, and they lock you off of YouTube a couple of times. Wow, not even your email you can get in. Wow, boy, you must be proud. Well, I mean, to be very honest, at least, I mean, as they say here in the Caribbean, if the mango tree don't have no fruit, nobody gonna stone it. You know? Meaning that people stone the tree that has fruits. People don't stone an empty tree. You know, unless it's bones, not bones, birds they're trying to hit. You know, but when a tree is full of fruit, you understand the analogy there? When the tree has on fruits, when the tree is producing something that can nourish people and give them something to eat and maybe help them to you know, barter and trade. Once you're assisting the people, people will stone you because of your fruits. That's really what it means. You know, so on that level I give thanks because I know I'm producing fruits. But it's not really something I'm too happy about. You know, because I mean, I'm being straight, not because I'm firm in what I say. I do not hate no speech. I don't give no hate speech. So why you don't endorse me for the love speech that I give? You know, so when I'm listening to this little dolly now speaking, saying that she thinks her biggest problem is black people. This is what she said. Her biggest problem is black people. And she wants to know how to get rid of black people. That's her main thing, getting rid of black people. They eat too much chicken. Huh? The little pussycat has the nerve to say when you lock off the light, they disappear. I say, hear that little. Listen. When you lock off the light, they disappear. And she's not racist, but she want to get rid of all little 12-year-old, maybe 13, 14 the most. And I'm listening to this little rat and I'm saying, wow. When I went back for it, I mean just a few minutes ago. Just a few minutes ago, I went back for it so that you could hear it live, and it was gone. I mean, if hate speech really exists, that is hate speech, you know. So in one sense, I was kind of surprised it was gone. If I knew, I mean, I would have, you know, at least kept it open, or maybe, I don't know if it would still play. But I shut that down and I went back for it and it was gone. This video is not available anymore. And to be very honest, in any real sensible thinking society, that video shouldn't even have made it up. To be up so long that a person could send me an email and I didn't check the email right away. And when I decided to finally check and see what's going on, the video was there. It wasn't more than a minute long. So it doesn't take that long to review. And from the moment it hit, she done tell you what she's dealing with. Killing niggers. Yeah, straight up. I know that's what she's thinking. Not thinking that's what she said. Wow. So at that young age, I want to draw reality to what's going on here. At that young age, remember when we were doing the news briefing, we were talking about the current president of Zimbabwe. And because of the elections that is now coming up, because of the elections that is now on the horizon, he is drawing all the white farmers together, trying to get votes from them. Mugabe never needed their votes, but now he's drawing them. Now even in South Africa, the brother there that took over from Zuma, Ramaphosa, he is speaking something similar to that of our brother Julius Malema. who is the head of the EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters. Brother Julius Malema, as you would all know, a rebel at heart, is clearly saying that we need to take back our lands without compensation. Without compensation. South Africa we're talking now. Without compensation. Because what a lot of us don't know, that even in South Africa, a lot of the land, not a lot, but lands have been given back to the people. But the slave masters and the sons and daughters of them have been compensated. Now, according to the news reporting, at least one European descendant farmer in South Africa is killed every day. At least one. It's a big thing in South Africa, you know, man. It's a big thing in South Africa, where the white farmers, those who have acres and acres and or hectares, whatever you measurement you're dealing with, but they got a lot of it. They have enough land, prime land, stolen land, and they're operating on the land. And on the land you have them, they've established some of the land they're not even using. And you have blacks that are coming in the dead of the night and murdering these people and killing these people and chopping off their head. I'm just telling you what's going on. They may say this is hate speech. I just tell you what's happening. This is news. This is news. The brothers and sisters in South Africa are killing the slave masters who have nothing else in mind but continuing their enslavement. And you could go on YouTube, I could even go and literally find for you right now videos where you'd hear the Caucasian man saying himself that his people have been here, we've been here for 200 years, and we're going to be here for 200 years more. We're not going anywhere. Huh? Can you imagine that mentality? You know, I'm going to pull that up right now. Just give me a moment and I'll find that for you. But listen to me good, listen to me good. So right now in South Africa, there is a war taking place as it relates to the situation with the land. But a lot of us here, even in the Western Hemisphere, we are not aware of exactly what is taking place as it relates to that. So I'm going to go into a South African documentary and you're going to hear exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm using all of that to relate directly with what is taking place, even with that video that I wanted to play for you with the little white girl talking about killing black people. Huh? This is serious, you know. A lot of us are not aware of the mentality of the populace of this planet. I want to listen to this. This is a documentary entitled Unrest.
But those calling themselves the Economic Freedom Fighters
in South Africa. Listen.
But those calling themselves the Economic Freedom Fighters with their red shirts take a very different view. They see the white minority as a problem and are calling for their land to be taken away.
You see any beautiful piece of land, you like it, occupy it, it belongs to you.
Now that's Julius Malema, you know. He's telling his people.
You see any beautiful piece of land, you like it, occupy it, it belongs to you.
You like it, occupy it, it belongs to you. We have him on record saying that.
Many of South Africa's white farmers now live in fear.
Listen.
Fear of being attacked by black people. Men from neighboring farms near Pretoria have joined forces to patrol the area at night. It's a practice now operating on farms across the country.
You see the things here.
The farmers say the change in political tone has meant they're now increasingly becoming the target of attacks.
We can't depend on the police anymore in our region. I mean, they haven't got vehicles.
Now this is John Fazen. He's saying now, you know, and this is what he's saying basically. Since the Mandela era has gone, you can't depend on the police anymore. You have to remember the ANC is really supposed to be a freedom fighter party, you know. Julius Malema, who was the head of the youth wing, he separated from them and established the EFF, as you all should know. You know, we really should now. We need to keep abreast of what's going on, man. We're too lazy in our minds sometimes. So separating from them because he didn't consider that they were more, you know, radical enough. You know, it's only with Ramaphosa. I mean, there are other things about him people say. What I know for sure, listening to him speak, he makes it clear that he doesn't go as far as, at least I haven't heard him go as far as to say, you see a nice piece of land, take it and occupy it, like what Julius Malema is saying. Julius Malema is not the president of South Africa, you know. I'm not saying if he is, he wouldn't say that. In fact, I think he would. But I guess Ramaphosa also, as a diplomat and as a businessman, understands how to express himself, but yet still do it, you know, in a shrewd and, again, diplomatic manner. I assume that is exactly what is taking place. So you have Ramaphosa actually, you know, basically making it clear that he don't believe that anybody should be compensated. So you get that energy here. This is a brand new documentary, you know. You get that energy here now, as this farmer is saying, you can't even get police protection. Remember, the police belong to the ANC government, you know. You cannot get no patrol cars. So they are patrolling their own neighborhood or their own farm area, I should say. You know, because in the nights, that is when the brothers and the sisters are coming to kill them. They come to kill them, in a man. Our brothers and sisters at home, they ain't playing around. They have no time to joke. So when that brother there in Zimbabwe now, those that overthrew Robert Mugabe, now he's seeking vote from white farmers. He already giving back. Enough white people done leave Britain already, coming back to, what you call the place? Zimbabwe, and getting back their lands. Let's continue to give this a little listen.
The guys don't pitch for a job.
Suddenly there's a noise. Perhaps it's an intruder. This time it turns out to be nothing, just the wind or a small animal.
Check. Fences are fine, gates are closed.
Ordinary farmers are now patrolling their land with bulletproof vests and guns. This neighborhood project was set up by AfriForum, an association that represents the white minority. Its local leader has no doubt that many of the attacks on farmers are politically motivated.
We aren't going to wait for government to build us a future in this country. For the past 200 years, we have built our own future in this country, and if we have to do it again, that's exactly what we will do. We have always survived, we will always survive, and there's nothing that will stop us from doing that.
Farms in South Africa are often in remote locations, making them easy targets for criminals. So it's not clear to what extent the attacks on farmers are politically motivated. But they're making white farmers feel increasingly on edge. Farmers like Bertus Henrico and his wife Estelle.
Before we get to Estelle and Henrico, now, listen.
Politically motivated.
Listen to what this one said prior.
For the past 200 years, we have built our own future in this country.
You know, he named Ian too, you know, like Ian Smith, Ian Cameron. For the past 200 years. Now this is what, I mean, trust me. For the past 200 years, we have built our own future in this country.
If we have to do it again, that's exactly what we will do.
And if we have to do it again,
we will always.
if we have to do it again, this is exactly what we would do. What's wrong with you people? You gonna tell me we just sit back and take them kind of smack? No, me? No. So he's obviously oozing, he really named Ian, he oozing the spirit of the crackers that fought against us. Raped us, robbed us, kicked us out of our own house and left us in the yard. And now we find a way to get back in the house. You're telling me, oh, you've been in the house for 2 days? I've been in the house for thousands of years. What's wrong with you?
Survive, and there's nothing that will stop us from doing that.
Farms in South Africa are often in remote locations, making them easy targets for criminals. So it's not clear to what extent the attacks on farmers are politically motivated. But they're making white farmers feel increasingly on edge.
Oh my.
Farmers like Bertus Henrico and his wife Estelle. They say some of their friends are black, and skin color is not normally an issue for them.
Oh.
But earlier this year, they had an experience which caused them to see things differently.
It caused
Bertus and
death.
Estelle breed antelopes and sell them to nature parks. Sometimes tourists come to their farm to hunt the antelopes. Bertus and Estelle love living out in nature, but what happened in early February has changed everything.
What happened in February? This year now, 2018.
One evening, when the couple were back at the farmhouse, 3 black men stormed into their living room, armed with knives and guns. Bertus did his best to hold them off.
Still a bullet hole in the window.
Hit the first one with the screwdriver and I flattened him down. He was lying still. And
I don't even want to go through all that. But the point is now, you know, just to show you the reality of what is taking place in the motherland right now. And that's why it's good to do your own research and follow up. Now, this is a bit of a protest I think the farmers were having here. Listen to this here now. Listen to this. I mean, the nerve.
In their own country.
What? Which own country? Which own country?
Are the attacks on farmers a genuine problem? Or have they been blown out of proportion through fear? One thing is undeniable. Most white people in South Africa are fairly well off, and most black people are poor.
You hear that?
And extreme poverty often pushes people into crime.
You hear that? Only makes sense. It only makes sense. So that is the situation, my brothers and sisters, on the ground in South Africa. Now we have listeners in South Africa right now, you know. Let me just look on my map and see. We have listeners in South Africa now. I'm looking on my map. South Africa. We have listeners in Kenya, Botswana, Ghana. We have listeners. I'm just dealing with the African aspect of it, you know. And of course, further afield, we have listeners in Canada, Toronto, Ontario, Mexico, Brazil, Peru, you know, up and down the Caribbean island chain. So give thanks. So this is what's happening. We have listeners even in Rwanda. So this is what's happening now in South Africa, in Zimbabwe too, and this is 2018, the 24th day of July. We must be able to balance now the reality of what is taking place on the ground. Robert Mugabe, I would say, well, that was a coup. They took him out of power. And they have now reversed some of his policies. They're giving back the land to the Caucasians that the land was taken away from. We all know when Nelson Mandela came out of prison, these killers didn't want Mandela to die in prison. You need to understand that. We don't see that, you know. They didn't want Mandela to die in prison. And Nelson Mandela came out more dealing with reconciliation. Him and Desmond Tutu, the Archbishop. Give thanks to my elders. They were not really dealing with the land issue. I think the whole world knows that by now. So even with that situation at hand, as I said, Brother Nelson Mandela definitely, did not really have that impact as it relates to the land redistribution situation at all. Did he try? Well, I can't be the judge of that. You can judge it. I know you're done judging already. I hear you. I can hear you. I hear you. I hear. Okay, yes, I know. I know that's how you think. But let me just be realistically. He didn't do nothing for us as it relates to that. Did he try? I don't know where the hands were tied and the feet were tied. I don't know right now. Some other time I can talk about that. But I just want to say nothing happened. After him, and we go through who we went through. And Mbeki and Zuma and, whoever. But it wasn't anything really heavy. The vast majority of the land is still in the hand of the minority European descendants that live there. And all the blacks are, well, ghetto-sized. I was trying my best to make up that word for this edition. We've been ghetto-sized. Placed in ghettos, so you can throw the water out your window and it lands in the living room of your neighbor. That's how they put us together. So what is wrong with us demanding our land back? Isn't apartheid over? Isn't independence here? Why are you still holding on to the most important commodity, the land? What's going on? And then giving me back chat, talking about you've been here for 200 years. Who are you? Giving me back chat, talking about you're gonna be here for 200 years more. Who are you? And then I still in the poverty-stricken condition that you put me in and refuse to give me justice, then I'm supposed to do nothing?
This is the township of Soweto.
Listen to
on
this.
The edge of Johannesburg.
Listen.
Millions of black South Africans live in townships like this one.
Listen to
a
man.
legacy of the apartheid era. In the past, black people were forced to live in townships. Now 24 years on, most of them are still here. Some may feel it's home. But most are here because they can't afford to go anywhere else. They live below the poverty line. After all these years, under a freely elected black government, many here have become tired of waiting for change. Charles Halachwayo is one of them.
Tell me about him.
He and his wife and children live in a small hut made of corrugated sheets of metal. His part-time job earns him the equivalent of 100 euros a month.
Imagine that.
That's not unusual here. But the irony in his case is that he helped fight against apartheid.
Listen.
As a member of the underground organization, Spear of the Nation.
Yes,
He says the fight for freedom didn't pay off.
Oh my. Hear that?
It's not a freedom at all. It's not a freedom at all.
It's not freedom at all.
If I had a freedom, I could have been recognized and being compensated, having my own house.
Oh my.
That I will be proudly proclaim. Even my kids will say,
Children.
Our father fought for this country alongside with others, as many in the name list. This is what the government of South Africa is showing the appreciation, but nothing.
Nothing.
The underground organization that
so.
Charles was part of was the military wing of the ANC, the party of Nelson Mandela, which now
Imagine that.
governs the country.
Exactly.
The ANC has been in power for 24 years.
But what?
Enough time to improve the lives of black people, says Charles. Like many in South Africa, he believes the time has come to start taking from the white community and redistributing the wealth to black people.
Redistributing the wealth without compensation, obviously.
Only a small minority of South Africa's black population has managed to move up to the middle class.
Now, even in this documentary, he's going to do a short interview. I'm not going to go through all that, with this girl that he assumes has moved up into the middle class. And she has a white boyfriend. As a black woman, she's moved up into the middle class. So it's all just a play game thing now. So let's keep on the topic here now. So I'm bringing this home again. I got a email today. I think his brother Leonard Jarvis sent me the email. YouTube link. Let me see, not YouTube, Facebook link. Let me see what the link says. And again, this little white girl comes on. Seems like she's in her bedroom, telling you how much she would like to see all black people be destroyed. Now let's assume she was a PhD in biochemistry. Let's assume she had her doctorate, and let's assume she was a medical doctor, a physician, a pharmacist, a chef. Let's assume she worked for the secret agencies, CIA or FBI. She's 11 years old, 12, 13 or 14. So when she comes to that stage of mind, or that age I should say, with that state of mind, and matured in it, and go deeper in her hate, what do you think she's going to do? Do you think she's the only one that thinks so? How did she come to think so, by the way? Who taught her that sort of frequency? That she just want to kill black people because they're eating off all the chicken. I tell you all, you got to get to an idle lifestyle. The demons want to kill you for eating chicken now. And when you lock off the light, they disappear. The nerve of a little cracker talking about when you lock off the light, they disappear. I went back to see the video, she disappeared. But keep in mind, in the next 10 years, depending on the leverage that she has, she would be in a position to do her heart's content. She may be a future inventor of a vaccine that can cure what's that? Some disease they're going to invent. She may be the inventor of the unskadamanum, and then the inventor of the vaccine so they could double it in you. And then as nice as she was speaking there, she'll come out nice with her glasses and her red lipstick and, hi everybody, how are you today? Not knowing that she's ready to kill some Africans with her new vaccine and her new herbicide. Man, she would even make a car that blows up and catch a fire, and we don't understand what's going on, but that's what evil minds do. And that is what's happening now. So let's just bring Hitler into the spotlight, because Hitler is the standard of evil, you know, Hitler. I mean, we could bring out some other people, you know, but this is who they accept. No, I am no Hitler fan for sure. But if you ask me to call the 10 most wicked amongst them, trust me, I don't think Hitler would be in the 10. That's just me. Hey, that's just me. Some of the people that Hitler burned would be in the 10. I'd be straight. Oh my, I'm sure that one is gonna strike this off if we put this on the YouTube. You gotta be so careful what you say now. This is so disgusting. Imagine me talking, observing my words. And as you can see, obviously, if I'm observing my words, I don't think I'm doing a good job, because I'm just saying what's on my heart. But I'm saying, let's just take Hitler. I'm sure most people would say that if, okay, let's put it this way, I'm sure most people would be happy if history had it that, you know, let's just say Hitler died at birth. You can say anything about Hitler. Trust me, that's not hate speech. Let's assume Hitler was beaten up by a dog when he was a little boy and the dog ate him alive. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Good going, brother. Say something else. Let's assume Hitler died in a car accident. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Let's assume somebody came shooting and robbed his family and he got a bullet in his head. Hitler, hi Hitler. Adolf Hitler, and he died at, yeah, that's good. That would have saved millions of Jewish people, don't you think? And some other type, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So just assume now, you know, had some ability of knowing Hitler before he grew up. I'm sure you'd find a way to take him out. All right. That was a little Hitler speaking there on the Facebook today. That was sure, she may be worse than Hitler. Look who she want to come after. She don't want to come after no Jews. She coming after black people. You know, if you want to say the real Jews. This is serious. So I'm just telling you, my brothers and sisters, this is what spilled over into what's going on in South Africa. A lot of people like that little girl, you know, found their way into our land with their vicious, ugly bloodhounds and their guns of destruction, and did whatever it is they had to do in their evil, conniving way to capture our land and our minerals and all our wealth and have us in a little corner. And I don't care who's going to rise up and say, oh, Africans, soul Africans, and this other house nigga is going to say, oh, well, you know, I mean, how did they get to do that to us if we were sold this? I don't know. What are you talking about? That's not the conversation. That's not the conversation. If you come and kill somebody for me, I ain't going to ask the dead body how you make them come and kill you. I go in for them. That's all. Yeah. So that's where we are right now. And it's time we get back our land. It would be so nice if we could do this peacefully, don't you think? But with demons like the one that you just heard talking about, I've been here for 200 years. Imagine that. And we'll be here for 200 years more. We've always survived. Rah, rah, rah. You hear that? Talking like a real Davy Crockett. A real John Wayne talking there, brother. Livingstone and all of them other murderers talking there. That's why we need to train our young ones mentally to understand this. All I telling you, you know, I drill my children on this very same level. So when we go and we take out the people that are occupying our land that refuse to move, what you wanted me to do? Play goody pink shoes? Oh, come on. You don't have to kill nobody. You mean somebody killing you and you kill them back? I don't understand what kind of this sissy world that they want to put us in. My brothers and sisters don't get sissified, you know. They want to turn us into some real sissies, you know. Somebody killing you, shooting up your mother, bow, blow up in the head, cut your father's throat, and take your little brother and smash him against the wall, and then fire shot at you and you duck. Then he swing a knife at you and you get away. And then he throw a brick at you and you move. And you grab a vase and knock him side his head. And he go in a coma and die 10 days after. And you're going to say, you did something wrong? Come on, man. We have to get out of that, man. And this is how serious this is, my brothers and sisters. For those of you who watch on YouTube, there is an infomercial that I will be putting out very soon. And in this infomercial, I will be literally asking for your assistance to partner with me in this mission that I am on. This infomercial, I'm going to put it up basically on every video that I put up on YouTube until we all get the message. Because I consider this to be a real war. Most of you know that a specific video of mine was taken down, the gay agenda, a few weeks ago. All what I'm saying here, a lot of you are not aware that I received a strike from the YouTube. And because of that strike that I received from YouTube, what it does, it restricts me in ways. Well, let's just put it this way. I was already restricted because some people would say, my brother, you should monetize your channel. You have enough subscribers and you have this and that, and you know, monetizing it sounds good. I took it upon myself to say, no, I don't want to monetize my channel, because when you do that, obviously you see what happens. You watching a video, then all sort of ads that I don't even condone. Because sometimes you have to work with principle too. Ads that, if I have a radio station, and you kind of call me and say you like to put a alcohol ad on my radio station, some rum ad or Kentucky Fried Chicken ad. I ain't gonna play no Kentucky Fried Chicken ad on my radio station. No, I won't. I'm sorry. Even if, hey, I'm telling you, you can mark my word. As I always say, when it comes to these different franchises in the world today, you know, I mean, if the same organization I just mentioned feels like donating something to I, maybe I would sleep on it, but more than likely I would take it straight up. And I would come and tell you, well, you know, the owners and managers of Kentucky Fried Chicken, they have donated $2 million to the work. Straight up, there ain't no strings attached. I ain't gonna come and tell you we do chicken right and finger licking. I ain't gonna tell you all of that. I just telling you who threw the money to us. You know, that I just telling you where it came from. But I ain't gonna put on no ad. I ain't gonna put up no banner. And if I have to do that, I ain't gonna take it. You understand? Just to show you, you know, how the level is. So when you monetize your channel, all sorts of ads come up. So and sometimes these ads are irritating. You sitting back, you watching, you have to get up and you know, skip ads. Some of these ads, I think right now they have ads you can't even skip. Yeah. So I took it upon myself to say, no man, I ain't monetizing nothing. But in reality, there's already a restriction on that, because I looked into it obviously, and it seems as if the region where I am at, you naturally cannot do that. There's a regional restriction. I guess if you were in the UK and in America, United States or Canada, you can do that, but not where I am foundation as such. Okay, fair enough. But what I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, I want you to listen to this very good. Even if I wanted to right now, I couldn't do it. Even if that was not a problem, the region, I still couldn't do it because of the strike. I have a strike against my channel that is going to last until October or November or December or something like that. And it restricts me from several other things. That's YouTube, you know. That is why I'm going to be very clear. That is why you would notice we put up a video the other day on abortion. I see the video at 189 views for like 3 days. I myself go and watch it on different devices, and the numbers not moving. I'm not lying. I am not lying. Some of you witnessed it with me. Some of you said, I'm going to watch it, priest, and see, and you call me and say, boy, the numbers not moving. Okay? So they know I'm not lying on nobody. While the numbers moving for other videos, and to be honest, I see them moving very slow now. But I'm just saying, just telling you what's going on. And the moment I did a video and mentioned, you know, I have a video that 189 views and it's not moving. When I upload that video, I see the video that wasn't moving begin to move. It's not nice, man. I mean, it's not nice. You can't say I'm no hate speecher. I'm not no hate speecher, man. I never come and tell nobody to kill nobody. I never come and tell no one to hurt no one. Even when I'm speaking of the most disgusting of acts that people do, I still don't find that I go in no realms. What is it? The tone of my voice? Some of my critics say I sound like a snake. Yeah. Well, Quetzalcoatl in the house, brother. Kulkukan, the feathered snake. It's about time you figured it out. But all I'm saying here now, well, not all, I'm saying much more. Well, I am saying all. I have all, yeah, man, I have it all to say. So I just want my audience to consider what's really happening. You see this very same radio station you're listening to went down as well. When you tune into the radio station, you see a big sign saying that this site has been removed, and if you are the owner, please cut. That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. And to say you don't owe them nothing. What is that? No email come to us. We had to find them. For them to tell us what they tell us, and I'm not going to tell you what they tell us. It's not everything you just talk. But that was sad. I'm still here with them, you know, as you're listening to us on their radio station as such. Come on, man. You know my Facebook has been locked down several times and I have to change email. For what? I have no criminal record, brothers. I'm well known in my society. But you see, there's something coming out my mouth, man. And it's not curse word and foul nor guile. And there's so many people speaking truth. What is it about my truth? What is it? So what I'm getting at, my brothers and sisters, is this. As you know, I don't ask for contributions and I do not ask for donations. Most YouTube channels do that. You have donation button you can press and all sorts of things. I don't ask for that. There was a time when we asked for that, and the reason why is because we were encouraged and convinced to do such by, you know, associates and other well-wishers. You know, we set up one of those mediums, the PayPal. And there are few of you who attempted to pay the PAL. And I don't know what happened, but I don't seem to have been their pal neither, because nothing could ever get to I. There was always some problem. That's why if you watch and understand it, that's why we don't talk about the PayPal anymore. You see, you need to understand, people like the farmer that says we have been here for 200 years. People like the little witch that was talking about black people eat too much chicken. The people that think similar to them, and a combination of them both, plus some other thought, weird, evil, you know, demonic thoughts exist in people that have power and dominion in cyberspace, that can lock off and put on as they will, and can turn down and turn up, and can restrict and make people see this if they want, and make people don't see this if they don't want. No, don't make that pop up. Put that below there, so that never shows up. This one, make it show up. Whether you monetize or not, they have the power to do that, to promote what they want the world to see. That's what they ask you for, content. But if the content is going against their content, they're not too content to deal with your content. So I'm just showing to you the obvious. my beloved. And this is why at this moment I am reaching out. As I said, I've prepared an infomercial and you're going to get tired of hearing it. Because I am a person, I believe in community building. I don't believe in me just coming and talking and entertaining, you know. I believe in those who are benefiting from it to assist. You know that. You know I talk about that. The reason why I never asked for donations and contributions, one of the main reasons is because I don't think I should. To be honest, it's a shame for the workman to ask for his pay as such. Let's put it that way then. When I believe that those who observe what is being done, those that see what is being put out, should know what their responsibility is. And if they don't know that, that means there's something wrong with the teaching. The teaching has to be clear. So that's why all of this is a part of the teaching. So I'm saying we are not asking you for any contribution. I do not want no contribution. I'm not looking for contribution, and I'm not looking for donation. I'm not saying that I would not accept it. Yeah, I already tell you who I would take it from, and I wouldn't change my narrative. I would still do documentaries showing you how they misuse and abuse the chicken and grow the fowl and the cow so fast that their legs broken and everything. You know? Yeah. And some of you, I know you'll be saying all kind of things. But I know when you fly on the plane, you still eat airplane food. I know when you're going full up your car with petrol, where you getting that petrol from? Black people died for that same gas. Black people died for the diesel you're putting in your pickup. So don't get too radical with me. As if you're too conscious. Oh, you take money from them, so you take gas from them? At least these killers are killing chickens. Them killers are really killing people. Yeah, man. Some of us, we're too conscious and too dread. Well, most dread is here, so let's not play around. I'm not seeking no donation, brothers and sisters. I'm seeking you to assist me in this warfare. And for you to assist, we have services and we have products, my brothers and sisters. That's what I'm saying. As you know, we have begun to create a series of ebooks. Anu Ancient and Modern Revisited. The True Biblical Land of Israel. We are beginning to create books for your own children. From storybooks to books that are part of the curriculum that we are developing. We have the book, The Kings and Queens of Africa, and other books to come. We have a series of video lectures that do not appear on our YouTube channel. We just completed, as I just mentioned at the beginning of this program, from the Pisces age to the Aquarius age collector's item. The Master of Ceremony 7, the Knight of the Black Tiger. Award within there. So I'm just showing to you what we ask of you. We have no Patreon neither. We ask you to patronize. That's the assistance I'm asking for. To patronize. You don't have to overpay. We will give you more than the value of what you buy. Straight up. But and obviously I wouldn't ask you to patronize if you were patronizing. Let's be very straight. We have the monthly subscription to this very program you are listening to. Some people would clearly tell me, oh, I'll just wait till it comes out on YouTube. Is that so? Now that's disrespectful to the teacher. I'm being very clear. You're supposed to say, no, teacher, I'm going to try my best to see if I can get every program in real time. All of these programs don't go on YouTube. Of course not. That means every day we have YouTube programs we create. These are Radio Anu programs. But we share the Radio Anu programs with YouTube. But then we have YouTube videos that we literally create for YouTube. So it is not as if we are diminishing the information on YouTube. But at the same time, there gotta be respect for the information that belongs to Radio Anu. The shock of the hour. So we have for $50, the shock of the hour monthly subscription. I'm very thankful for those who are a part of my subscription team. But I'm telling you, we should have more people on this team. There are too many people. There are too many people that watch, listen, and I know from your heart you really love me. I know that. Now, come on, don't get soft like me. Oh, come on, please don't be talking. So that's how I talk. I don't know how you talk. I love you. I do. And I know you love me. But our love hasn't gotten to our head yet. We don't think rationally in this real war. You can see, man, it goes more than what I just explained, you know. If I set up a medium for you to send me money and that not even, they're blocking that from coming to me. Just think, nah, man. I could give you more stories, but it's not for the ear. Just think. This locking down, that locking down, they're threatening me. Just think. When you don't see me on for 5 days, 7 days, you gotta think. Like, I wonder what happened. Think. You can't be saying, I'm the general. I never say I'm no general, eh? And I never tell nobody I'm the leader. You know I'm not into all of that. But if you the one talking about general and you're this 5-star general, you don't have no general on the battlefield by himself. And I'm going to be clear with those that appreciate. Not say you appreciate, because I know you do appreciate. But sometimes you need to be taught. So I'm teaching you now, and I'm going to look and see if you take the lessons. Man, we're big people, brother. Nobody can tell me nothing. We are big people. The world runs on finance. I know my listeners are not beggars. I've been very clear. Unlike other YouTube channels, I do not ask for donations again. And I do not have no chief donator neither. They're very few, and I can count them all on one hand. Let me be clear here. Let me be very clear now, since we're getting clear. My brother No Partial, Brother Pete, he may not know this, but he made a contribution to me about a year ago. And that's the biggest contribution anyone has ever made to my YouTube works. I'm not going to call the amount. You know the amount, Brother Pete. And I know you're saying, and so I know I can say it, that wasn't no big amount. I know he's saying that because he said it like, come on, that ain't nothing. If you wanted, it was in the hundreds. So obviously I'm not going to say that and lie nobody. I'm not going to have nobody saying, well, wait, I gave him $2,000 the other day. Nobody never do that. Not for this work here. I'm telling you straight. And Pete, along with very few others, have literally contributed, just across the board contributor to the works. That doesn't really happen. It doesn't happen at all. I can't allow somebody do that. Straight up. Even when we do the essay competition, you know, because I observe these things, because you know I don't believe in talk. So I'm just showing to you we're not into that. That is something you should see for your own self and know what your responsibility is. But what I'm talking about right now is your patronizing the work. We have goods and services. Goods and services. We're not putting our hat out asking you to throw nothing in there. What we have is valuable enough and worth the price that is on them. And that is what I am humbly asking you to do, to patronize our work. To me, it's a shame that I have to reinforce this. Yeah, honestly. But obviously, my audience have not matured enough yet. Nothing wrong. You're still in kindergarten. I know some of you don't like that. Hey, what are you talking about? I know everything you talk about. I know that. And more. I know that. Yeah. But you don't know this part yet. Especially when you know the works that is being done is a genuine work. You know I ain't robbing nobody. For sure. And you can see with your own eyes that there is a level of pressure that is being tried to, that someone or some entity is trying to put on me. I ain't talking about no spooky witchcraft, you know. I talking about real people behind computers pressing buttons and making phone calls. Don't worry about the spirit world. I have them slew. We're slewing them in them realms, trust me. And we're slewing them down here too. But I'm asking you, that's why I'm taking time to understand the battlefield that we are on. And I want you to assist me. I'm saying this genuinely from my heart. Not assist me in giving me nothing. Just patronize what I have. And I'm going to underline it if you're guessing. In general, we don't patronize. But we're looking for a lot more. So this is why our video lectures, although sometimes we say put them on the YouTube, others have done it with some of them, you know. But we keep it here because we put so many other things out, and we have so many other things coming up. And every night you have a Mystic Vibration program. Radio Anu never came off the air, only when they took it down for their reasons. And we're coming to a year anniversary from the 16th of August since we're pushing Radio Anu. You know, my brothers and sisters, so let's share the love. As you love me and I love you, you know, let us show the love and don't just talk the love. As I said, we have a series of electronic products that you can get in a second. As I said before, anyone can tell you, and I'm not saying this for you to take advantage of me, but even if you do, it's just up to you. I don't think there's anyone that has ever contacted me and tell me, Priest, I would like this and that. How can I get it? And what does it cost? It costs so and so. Okay, how do I send that money? This is what you do. All right. And we make that agreement via the email that, yeah, I'm going to send the money so and so. From you say that, I don't even have to see the money yet. I send you exactly what you want right away. I'm sure everyone can testify. And I'm not pulling nobody corn. And I don't want you to start to get frantic. But there are those who have never kept the agreement, who have the products and they've never sent the finance. You know, so if it was a money thing that I was on, you know, I wouldn't do business. So, and the only reason I would tighten up on that is just for the business principle, because business has principles. It doesn't matter if you're nice or not, they're just the principle of it. You know, but for now, I'm just gonna freestyle on that level. So contact me, brothers and sisters. I want you to partner with me. Partner. Because I feel you, you know. You may not know. I don't have to know you. but I know what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be no superstar. I ain't trying to bust. I'm not an entertainer, but I know what my mission is. So whether I see you or see you not, whether a person know me or know me not, I love them and I feel them because I know what my mission is on the planet. You know, and I honestly think that I've exposed enough. You gotta keep in mind, you know, your brother is not just a bag of knowledge. Your brother is a fortress of mystics. Just be clear. You can pick almost any video. I say almost because there are a few videos that don't really go into no mystics. Like this one, this ain't no mystic presentation here. But you can go into almost anything we have spoken about, and there's a mystic in it, or a line of mystics unraveled that never have been seen before, straight up. So that alone should stand for something. It's a unique product I have. I'm telling you, there's not another me. Listen, don't play around, you know. There is not another me that does it in this very same way. Straight up. That's why I don't battle people as how much knowledge and rah rah rah. No, maybe the knowledge game is your game, but I know the unraveling of the mystics. You're in my stadium when it comes to that, you know. So give thanks, my brothers and sisters, man. You know, hugs and love to you, man. Straight up. That's how I feel at the moment. You know. Give thanks for all the words of encouragement, because every time something new happens, I always get calls and emails, and I want you to know that means a lot to me. Brother, keep strong, don't get weak. It does mean a lot, so I don't want you to feel like, man, I can't buy anything right now, so I don't want to contact you. Please contact me. Please send the messages. Please give me a call. If I don't answer, call me back. You know, people will call me all now, as you can see, I'm talking. You know, contact me, man. You know, and let me be clear, man. We have children books that start even up to $5, man. We can't be acting like if we too cheap with this science. This is a war. The enemy not cheap, you know. If they, listen, let me just talk clear. Nobody can do me nothing. But if the enemy want to take out one of our greatest, not me, because they can't do that. But if let's assume they want to take out one of our greatest, do you think they would spare any expense? They would spend millions. Plane ticket, hotel room for the sniper, the best weapon, everything. Even if it take 3 years just for that one shot, too. But we wouldn't spend nothing to make sure. Anything we spend, we're looking back for it and oh, it's worth it. What's worth it? It has been worth it a long time ago. You know, but we don't understand how to value those amongst us that, you know, should be valued. And I'm being very clear. Sometimes you have to be clear. Give thanks, man. Radio Anu in full effect. Give thanks to all the listeners. South Africa, you're still with us. Botswana, you're still with us. You know? Give thanks for the joy and give thanks for your presence in all ways, in all doings, in all sayings. Rastafari, I love you supreme, you know. And remember, we're still in the season, celebrating, of course, the Earth Day of Emperor Haile Selassie I. So you know, you don't know how to contact her, you know. Area code, you know. Not area code. Email at David, man. Priest Isaac. Priest Isaac 27 at gmail.com. What I'm going to do now, I don't want you to go anywhere. There's this special documentary directly dealing with not necessarily the Mandela effect, that's what I was going to say, but it gives you a different, a kind of balanced light as it relates to Nelson Mandela. I broadcasted it a few nights ago, but I would like to rebroadcast it again. So I just want you to, You know, I don't want you to go anywhere. You know, I'm gonna, sit with you, for a few moments this evening. As you know, this is the mystic vibration, powerful interaction, giving thanks for your presence with I in all doings and all sayings. Rastafari, live supreme. Yeah, man. So don't go nowhere, man, as we touch down and keep this thing up full in all ways. The next month, which is June the 21st, you'll see the sun right, the equinox, the sun rose right in the center of the constellation known as Pisces. Let me show you what I'm speaking of. Let us just say in the year 1590, the year after, okay, the 21st day of March, we see the sun basically at the same spot. Let's check the year 1520, still there. 1521, still there. 1522, still there. 1523, still there. 1524, still there. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, still there. So in other words, in about 15 years, when we return on the 21st day of March, as we do every year, we notice that the sun is still in the same spot. Now, the sun is not in the same spot. It appears as if it's in the same spot, but the sun is moving 1 degree every 72 years. So that means the sun, in its movement of its governing power, as far as the age goes, is moving 1 degree every 72 years. I want you to keep this in mind. Remember, the sun is moving from one constellation to the other constellation, 1 per month. This is what we observe. So let's watch this. Let me show you, for example, 21st day of February, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th. You see the sun moving? 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 1st of April, 2nd of April, 3rd of April, 4th of April, 5th of April, 6th of April, 7th of April. You see, that's how the sun moves. So every day, you see the sun traversing through the heavens, moving through the constellations, just like this. You notice Mercury and the moon passing the sun as the days go by, because this is showing you a record. So I'm going backwards as such now. In the 9th, the 6th, the 3rd, back to the 21st day of March. Now that's on the daily level. But as it relates to the age now, let me show you. So as I said, listen good, we are basically, obviously, in the year 1518. Now we are. So who is this?
This is King Akhenaten, aka Amenhotep IV. He was an ancient Egyptian pharaoh of the 18th dynasty who ruled for 17 years and disappeared perhaps in 1336 BC or 1334 BC.